Peace, beautiful beings. This is Nikisha with Favorite Restorative coming for another essential oil reading. So for those of you guys that are interested in what I'm using, it's called the Essential Oils Healing Deck. So I've decided just to do these readings in one video instead of having one where we pull and then another one with information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the pull and then I'm going to come back with more information, so that way you only have to watch one video. So let's start by clearing the energy. If you have sound sensitivity, please turn your volume down. And 3, 2, 1. All right, y'all. So again, this is Favor Flow Restorative, where we unleash harmony, mind, body, and soul. And so the intention of the Essential Oils Healing Deck is to be able to pull all the essential oils. They are connected to herbs. Herbs are healing, living things on earth that assist us with our own healing, right? So every week we've been coming in to see exactly which herb would be the most helpful as an essential oil or an essential oil blend to assist us with our emotional patterns. So let's see what we got today. All right. Oh. I feel like we're going to have a cleansing energy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here we have Vetiver. Okay, so let's read a little bit about Vetiver. So here on the card it says that Vetiver comforts, fears, and restores spirits. Vetiver. See if I can get it into focus. Not really, but really. So I'm going to read it again. So Vetiver comforts, fears, and restores spirits. So it sounds like this week there may be some situations where we may be facing some of our fears, right? And then it also looks like there's an opportunity to be able to restore our spirits with Vetiver. So I'm going to come back and give more information about how to use Vetiver to cleanse our emotions. Peace, y'all. We're back and we're talking about Vetiver. So Vetiver again is about comforting fears and restoring the spirits. So as a plant, Vetiver, it's a grass that has the ability to improve soil fertility wherever it goes. Did you hear what I said? It has the ability to improve soil fertility wherever it goes. No matter where you choose to plant, it creates fertility. It enables things to grow. So if we're here talking about confronting fears and comforting and restoring spirit, I don't know how much restoration or how much more restoration you would need, knowing that you're using an oil that improves fertility everywhere it goes, especially if you're in a space of feeling fearful or needing to restore your spirit. And when I think of restoring spirit, I'm thinking your life force, your chi. And then sometimes we do feel overwhelmed and we feel, heavy. We feel weighed down. We feel as though we have a lot of responsibility. Stewardship is not small. Stewardship sometimes can feel heavy, right? And so the roots of Vetiver are actually what is used to create the essential oil. So it's known as the oil of tranquility. Okay? Who needs tranquility? So I love this oil because, we're Harmony Unleashed over here at Favor Flow Restorative. So having something like an essential oil like Vetiver. It's also an excellent sleep aid. It helps to relax. Of course, with that, it's beneficial for stress and anxiety. And as a natural relaxant, it stimulates blood circulation. So it helps with dry and oily skin, or if you have any type of skin conditions, it also helps with that. It's uplifting, it's relaxing, it's comforting, it's everything that this card was talking about. It's thought to address deep-seated fears and tensions. And it's invaluable for those that are experiencing the dark night of the soul. So if you have not yet went through each of the steps for feeding your demons to be able to go through the meditation, and you may be going through the dark night of the soul. So what is the dark night of the soul? Dark night of the soul is it's a space where it just kind of feels as though, the best way that I can put it from my experience is that you feel like your life is falling apart. Nothing makes sense. Nothing is within your control. And the universe is prompting you to create change in your life. And so in that space, it's a time to go within. It's a time to sit with self. It's a time to be in hermit mode, right? And it's a time to get in touch with self and see what are those things that we need to shift for our greater good. And so when we have to look within, it's not always comfortable, right? It's dark. And so that's the reason why they call it the dark night of the soul. Okay, so if that is an experience that you're currently having, this is the time that it would probably happen with everything that's going on celestially. So if that's something that you're experiencing, Vetiver is an amazing essential oil for that. And if you look down in the descriptions, I actually have some essential oil blends. You can also order an essential oil blend from my store, my website, and I can create some of those things for you too if you don't have the oils. So look down there if you're interested in that. So basically, Vetiver helps us remain calm in the face of adversity. So if you're facing some adversity, all is well. That's the reason why God gave us these wonderful essential oils, these herbs, these natural remedies and medicines in order to get through life, get through this thing called life. So I just love Mother Earth or Mother Father Earth for always giving us everything that we need. And it encourages our rebirth during times of crisis. So if you're facing crisis right now, just know that it is happening for you. Yeah, it's happening to you too. But no. Dive down deeper to be able to find the lesson and the blessing within it, right? So whether you're physically or mentally exhausted, because that's what this feels like, Vetiver helps us relax and restore ourselves, and it reconnects us to the truth of our spirit. So, we get here and we already have, we have our marching orders. And then when we get here, we have our environment, we have our family, we have our friends, we have all of our experiences, and sometimes we get let off of our path. But it's always leading exactly where it needs to and the best timing for us, right? The universe never gives up on us, especially in times of crisis. In times of crisis, it's time to find the silver lining and figure out, why is this happening for me? And what is it that I need to learn or heal or mend? Right? Within myself, what are the fractured parts of myself that need to come together, right? And so it normally, for me, it starts with self-forgiveness. So if you're in need of a forgiveness meditation, I also have that on this channel. So check that out. So I know last week we were talking about grounding. Vetiver is a really good essential oil for grounding. It keeps us connected to the earth, bringing stability and focus. Because if you tend to be in this fearful energy, striving to manage crisis, trying to restore your spirit, the best thing to do is go and ground. I actually went in my front yard and I sang and hugged the tree and cried out to God. And my neighbors probably thought I was nuts, but listen, there is no more beautiful wisdom and connection than connecting with Mother Nature and with the earth. And after coming out there and taking off my shoes and singing and, just really connecting with the earth, I felt so replenished and so much better. And so having Vetiver as an assistant with that process will assist with bringing stability and focus whenever you may be feeling scattered, if that's something that, is an experience of yours. It's also known for its calming properties, so it can reduce feelings of anxiety and stress, and it's associated with feeling deeply rooted, like in yourself. And so I was sharing with someone today that just now in my adult life have I ever felt like able to know how to stay within myself, because I'm an air sign, so I'm used to just kind of being in my head, in my mental space, not necessarily in my body. Somebody can be talking to me and I'm somewhere else. I'm in the future, past, somewhere, not here. And this is the most present that I've ever been in my entire life, but it's the happiest. And so what I've learned is I was using and spiritually bypassing, using meditation, using an ability to be able to visualize, all the things that I teach on here. I was using those things to escape, because life is not easy sometimes. And so that was my way of escaping. So being able to be in a healthier space and be able to use these modalities makes life so much easier, right? And so if you find yourself not really in the present moment, missing a lot of the small things, I find this is why I love being around children, because children will make you pay attention to the beauty of life itself. And I feel like once I had my child, I had forgot how beautiful life was. I forgot about the birds and the trees and the sky and all of these little things that I had started taking for granted. And children are so beautiful for bringing that back to center and connecting back with our inner child, connecting back to the art of play, connecting back to the earth. And so I have to give it up for my little one for bringing me back so that I can become more deeply rooted. And as she gets older, I grow. I really believe that children come to assist us with healing, and mine has definitely done that for me. So they're ideal for working through deeply held emotional patterns. So many of these emotional patterns do come from that inner child. And so for me, Dark Night of the Soul means that there is a fragment or there's a piece of my inner child that has not been seen and heard, that needs a place in my life right now, that needs some integration, that needs some loving and tender care and forgiveness and going back in. So that way I can feed that demon that's taken up energy, right? And bring it back and integrate it as an ally so that it can actually work for me. So it's been a beautiful journey. So more techniques for using Vetiver: intention setting and visualization. So we're going to speak more about visualization in another video, but you may say, as a clear intention, as you're using this oil, Vetiver, I release any emotions that no longer serve me and embrace peace. I release any emotions no longer serving me and I embrace peace. And then you visualize releasing those emotions as you breathe in the aroma of Vetiver. And it's just as easy as that. Also, if you're a person who likes to journal, I also have the journal link in the description box. I need to look and see if Vetiver is on there. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but I will go and look or whatever. But if you're about journaling and adding essential oils to your journal, what you can do is take a tissue and you put a couple of oil drops on the tissue and you put it in your book and you close it, so that anytime you're having that emotion, you can go straight to that page, and there's a meditation and there's also an affirmation. And you can go through the process of being able to reflect on that meditation and that affirmation and write your reflection. And there's a couple of pages so that you can do that a couple of times. There's enough room to where if you want to date it and keep going back or whatever, because when we're talking about emotional patterns, it's not something that happens just once, right? It's something that we see on a consistent basis. And so how do we move through that? through self-awareness first, so that we can give ourselves the empowerment to self-manage in a different way, right? Responsible decision making, and then recognizing, how it influences social awareness, like how it influences other people. So if you're a person who journals, you can journal about how you're feeling, the emotions that you want to release, diffuse a grounding blend using Vetiver, or you can just have it in your environment and it deepens. It actually has the recipe to deepen introspection and emotional awareness. Other affirmations are: I am grounded and connected to my true self. I am grounded and connected to my true self. So when you see me use my hands, I love energy clearing. I am a Reiki practitioner, and so I am just used to going over my body whenever I feel warmth. It's kind of like my own garden for myself, and I clear myself. And so when you see me doing that, that's just simply me clearing energy, right? And you can do that. Use yourself, your Reiki one, your self clearing. I do have a class coming up. Stay tuned. It's coming in November, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to have Reiki and all of the things. So stay tuned to that. Another affirmation you can use during meditation, during deep breathing, if you want to give yourself a self massage or self Reiki: I allow, and I am triumphant. I allow, because we can't control those things outside of our locus of control. That makes us frustrated. So we say to ourselves, I allow, and I am triumphant. Because when you allow, and you allow the universe to take over, the universe knows more than you do about your purpose. And so when you allow and you release and you let go, it really allows the universe to do its thing, right? So looking at Carolyn Minn's book, let's take a look. So Vetiver, the emotion is mind. So when you have an overactive or racing mind, okay, so this has to do with the third eye space, the mental space, right? The third eye crown space. So these are also, you can put them on your alarm points where your pulse points are, the Vetiver oil, or you can also put it, like above your eyebrows, because it's also connected with the pituitary. And then Vetiver also is connected with feeling like you're not fulfilling your purpose. And so when we feel like we're not fulfilling our purpose, that doesn't feel good, because then we feel like we're off path. And so Vetiver allows us, again, I allow, and I am triumphant, because sometimes the universe is trying to tell us something when things get off, right? You're off the track. Let's put this thing in the way to get your attention and say, hey, maybe we need to do something different. Maybe we need to be open and flexible to embrace something different. And then things start moving smoothly. And so sometimes we just need to ground in that, because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to feel like everything feels like a crisis, or that we're feeling overwhelmed, or things are not on the right path. That doesn't feel good. However, when we can't change the circumstances, it doesn't do our bodies or ourselves or our mental or any part of our energetic bodies, it doesn't do us good to stay in that energy. And so a way to be able to transmute it is using essential oils, using meditation, using visualization, using breathing exercises. So we're going to do a demonstration before we go real quick. So imagine you have the Vetiver. We're going to put it third eye, pulse point. I love behind the ears. Okay. I allow. I am triumphant. I am grounded. And I am connected to my true self. I'll say it 2 more times. I allow. I am triumphant. I am grounded. And I am connected to my true self. Last time. I allow. I am triumphant. I am grounded. And I am connected to my true self. Okay? So look down in the description box for some grounding recipes to be able to use Vetiver for the rest of the week. And feel free to leave comments if this helped you. Okay? I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for those who support. Thank you for all of those that follow. Thank you for all of those that encourage. And thank you for all of those that find this helpful. Okay? So I'll see you on the next one again. My name is Nikisha with Favor Flow Restorative. I'm taking us out by clearing the energy. If you have sound sensitivity, turn your volume down in 3, 2, 1. I love sound bowls. See y'all later. Peace.